Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Jesse.
I'm Nina.
And this is Remy.
So, some chick in some place at some Planet Fitness saw some dude in the women's restroom, took a photo, and he was shaving, and it was weird, and she got her membership canceled when she spoke out.
And in turn, a lot of people have canceled their memberships also.
Including Jess. And why?
Because I wasn't going anyways. And also, I don't want to see a penis.
Yeah. Like I said, I heard that was part of their business plan, is to make their memberships so cheap that you keep it even though you don't go. And they also don't like women, apparently.
Right.
No, they like women with penises. Just not ones with vages.
That say something, yeah.
So this tweet says, Planet Fitness has banned a woman from their gym for taking a picture of this person below who claims to be a woman and was face shaving in the women's locker room. Planet Fitness says that taking pictures of members in a locker room is a violation of their rules. Well, yeah, it is a violation, but I mean, when you see that in your locker room, I can imagine the startle alone would make you pull out your phone just to record or just to make sure that you're safe. What to you says woman? Don't worry, I'll wait. Nothing, right?
You could tell me this was a men's locker room and I'd believe it the same.
How would you not know? Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're letting the man who says he's a woman but looks nothing like a woman into the woman's locker room. And the trans excuse is that, well, they're safer being a trans woman going into the woman's locker room as opposed to the men's locker room, because it's more dangerous for them if they go into a men's locker room with a whole bunch of male strangers that they don't know, seeing them as a woman, it could put them in danger because these strange men could, attack him. But if a strange man is walking into our locker room, we're not supposed to be afraid or concerned? That's a double standard. And second of all, if he walked into a men's locker room, who's going to say that he's a woman?
In the men's locker room?
Yeah, who's going to be like, oh, here comes a chick? Not no one?
Not me, that's for sure.
So what's the excuse? There is no excuse. It would be a man-looking man walking into a man's locker room. But no, he gets to flex his privilege, his trans privilege, so his male privilege, flexing it on women. And for what? Because these creeps get off on overpowering women and invading their spaces.
It's funny to me because at Planet Fitness, I used to go in, work out for 2-3 hours, and then shower. And I've told the story about the one time guy was in there cleaning up the locker room, didn't notice I was in the showers. Mm-hmm. I step out. The dude turned around and covered his eyes. He was like, I'm sorry, I'll go. And I was like, I just got to put my clothes on and you're good to go. You can do whatever you need in here. I just got to put clothes on. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm sorry. That's called respect. Just respecting other people. So
how do you not know you were in there?
He had headphones on. So
you're just gonna walk into the woman's locker room?
I heard him scream in, anyone in here? And I said, yeah, but I must not have been loud enough, or he didn't hear me because of the headphone. Because as soon as he saw me, he freaked out.
Were you naked?
No, I had a towel.
Oh, okay.
I was not fully clothed.
Right,
I had a towel on.
Okay.
But it wasn't like I was like.
I was gonna say what's going on there?
All the bits were covered. Everything was covered.
I got you. Okay, continue.
and he was still, even if it wasn't, he still went and turned because he was like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, because that's what if I was someone in a male locker room to do a job like that. Yeah. And a guy came by, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's rude to stare anyway.
Right. When I had women in the locker room with me, they didn't stare at me. Every once in a while, someone would be like, nice tattoo, You
ever get those women in the locker room that just go bare everything? And you're like, oh, whoa.
No, actually, I'm very happy with my gym experiences thus far, which has been very much isolated. I go late.
Oh, God, I've had that happen to me. And I'm like, how is a woman so comfortable being that naked just in front of strangers? I don't know.
I've heard of more men doing, old men doing that than old women.
These weren't old women that were doing this. These were either middle age or younger,
well,
maybe their 20s.
Too confident with their bodies.
Yeah, but what I saw, I don't know why they would be confident, but go you.
I mean, like,
I wouldn't be confident.
my old roommate and I weren't like, oh, well, let's just walk around naked. But, like, if we walked in on the other one naked, we didn't make a big fuss about it. We just kind of, like, averted the eyes and we're like, so what's going on?
Oh, how do you walk around naked? Just feeling my fat moving in the wind and flailing in the breeze. I can feel my body. And I don't like this. You know, when I was thin, you know what I didn't feel? Rolls. I didn't feel my ass following me when I was running.
When I was thin, I had still been fat my whole life, so it didn't feel that good. When I was thin, I still felt fat, and now I feel fatter than when I felt thin.
So if you feel so ugly in your, like, not ugly,
This is
sorry,
why
if you feel so uncomfortable in your body, why would you just want to just let it all hang out? Wouldn't you want to, like, tuck that shit in?
This is why I'm upset about canceling the membership, because I like Planet Fitness's hours, and so far I've had pretty good experiences, but I can't risk that and my safety for the gym hours. Outside of the fact that my schedule's been wonky ever since we started this, so I can't really fit the gym in.
Yeah.
I gotta try harder.
Yeah. So what's their new policy? Like, did they change their policy, or is this where?
Transgender persons applying for membership may not be turned away or referred to another fitness facility because of their gender identity, transgender status, length or extent of their gender transition, and or because they do not appear as a typical male or female. They will be treated according to their sincerely held self-reported gender identity. How can you tell if it's sincerely held?
I mean, there's no measurement.
I'm asking how you can...
sincerity.
Yeah, how can you judge a level of sincerity in someone you just met?
We just have to take you on your word that you think you're this.
It is impermissible for a member to assert self-reported gender identity to fraudulent or
other improper purposes. It is impermissible
for a member to assert a self-reported gender identity for fraudulent or other.
So what they're saying
reporting
is,
someone as not being trans.
No, that's not what they're saying.
What?
I think what they're saying is, can't self-report as a woman, look like a man, and then use that to take advantage being in women's spaces or being a creep, you know?
So then why do they let that one person pull out their dick?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are they letting these guys who obviously look like guys into women's restrooms and locker rooms? Just because they say that they're women? I mean, obviously that guy isn't sincere about being a trans woman. He's obviously a dude. He looks like a dude. Obviously acts like a dude, because no woman in her right mind would be just all up invading the space and taking up a lot of space, knowing that he's making women uncomfortable and not giving a shit. I mean, he's violating that rule right there. But they don't care because, heaven forbid, we offend the mentally ill man. I think he's just a predator. I don't think he's mentally ill. I think he's a narcissistic, sociopathic predator. Possibly sociopathic? Not sure, but narcissistic, absolutely.
Private information, including a person's status as transgender, the gender transition is confidential. If conflict arises regarding a member's self-reported gender identity, a Planet Fitness staff member who has been trained in the policy and practices with regards to transgender members may initiate a conversation with the member in order to ascertain the member's gender identity and any other gender-related concerns, may, in rare cases where fraud or improper purpose is reasonably suspected, request documentation supporting the member's stated gender identity. Sufficient documentation includes, but is not limited to, a letter from a medical provider, therapist, social worker, member of the clergy, family member, friend, etc. In the event that a request for additional documentation is made, that must be reported to the Planet Fitness legal department.
How did this guy slip by then?
No, documentation of gender identity for members is not expected or required in the majority of cases. This provision should only be triggered as determined by Planet Fitness staff when the member's stated gender identity is called into question based on specific information available to the requesting staff member. Planet Fitness reserves the right to terminate a person's membership immediately for any violation of this policy or of club rule.
So this is just a loophole for predators.
So it seems like if the staff member wants to challenge it, they can. So what must have happened is...
Have you ever heard of a staff member challenging a trans person at Planet Fitness? Because I have never.
Yes, actually.
Who?
Only the one,
Where?
The one dude who...
Oh!
Who had the person come in and say...
They were harassing him, though.
Yeah, and he was... And the trans person looked at him and
was
was like...
sleeping there.
And was like, listen here, boy, or something like that. And he was like, did you just assume my gender identity?
Yeah, he was a front desk dude.
Yeah, he's the Planet Fitness champ.
But they were being an asshole to him, and weren't they, like, sleeping there or
They
something
were leaving
weird.
their things there overnight.
Yeah, they're pretty much like living there, saying that they were a tranny.
No, I think they were also.
How the fuck do you know? You don't know because
That's
there's
the way they were talking. Then when they were like, "My nails are painted, and yours are painted too, boy."
okay. He could be a drag queen. What's the difference?
That doesn't matter. I'm just saying he's the only one
He's the only one. What?
that stood up and said something. So I'm saying like, there's someone out there who's gonna do it, but not everyone. That most people won't.
9 years ago, their transgender policy was under fire, and it's still happening.
I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom. I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience. He doesn't like his gender, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom. All right. I just thought I'd say it out loud.
Is that the whole video?
Yeah, it was really short.
That's the whole video. People are
Up in arms. I think it was the photo that really did it.
right.
Just because, man. He, man.
Men.
Oh, he, man.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna really find gyms without that policy moving forward.
Well, it's good I don't go to gyms anymore then.
What am I supposed to do?
Carry a taser, mace, and a baton.
And how do I lose the weight now?
Well, if you run into a lot of transgender females, you'll be swinging away. You'll lose weight real fast. Get your dick away from me! Transgender, there's no hormones. It's just pretty much social transitioning. You don't have to do anything, right? Transsexual is different because you're actually somewhat making an effort. We need to gatekeep. We need some sort of, like, you went through the training and here's your little trophy. You're really trans, or an ID where you went through the like you had.
Here's a sticker.
Yeah, like before, you used to have to go through. You did social transition for 2 years with a therapist, and then I think that's when you went on hormones. Was after that.
We'll treat them like when you neuter a dog. We'll put a little T in their ear, like a tattoo of a T.
Like, no, I'm real. I went through the training.
So when you find a dog, oh, they've been neutered already.
Maybe. I'm kidding, kind of. Anyway.
Mine's a joke.
We need to gatekeep. It's time that we get serious and start, like, implementing. What's the word I'm looking for?
What's the word she's looking for?
Rules, safeguards.
Rules,
and,
safeguards.
Do you know the word I'm thinking of?
No, I'm trying to help. You said I wasn't into it, so I'm trying to give you support.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we need something.
We need something.
Something needs to change.
Something change.
Let's keep on boycotting Planet Fitness and
Keep boycotting.
You know what? Let's make Planet Fitness into a man's gym. Oh, then the trans women will be like, oh, we're not going there now because it's a man's gym.
Boycott, 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 boycott,
get the boycott, Planet Fitness,
boycott,
boycott,
boycott.
like and subscribe.